Breaking news, a deadly shooting at a local car wash. What we know.
Opposition is more widespread, more bipartisan, and stronger than ever before.
Residents voiced their concerns about a data center potentially in Naperville.
A live look at the radar right now. We are under a winter weather advisory. What you need to know for when you wake up.
Live from Chicago, this is Fox 32 News at 9.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Scott Schneider.
And I'm Dawn Hasbrook. The salt spreaders will be heading out tonight to keep the streets safe. Let's get right to Fox Chicago's chief meteorologist, Emily Walls, for a first check of our forecast.
Yeah, we have another quick blast of winter coming our way this evening through tonight. There's a winter weather advisory for at least parts of the Chicagoland area that's going to last until 8 a.m. tomorrow. So here's the big picture here. We have quite a bit of snow that's expanded off to our west. That's going to begin to spread across the region from west to east over the next few hours. Already starting to see some light snow coming down in portions of DeKalb County, McHenry, Lake County, even for those of you in LaSalle County, northwestern Kendall and Grundy County, starting to see some of that as well. Here's where we have the winter weather advisory. So it's mainly across northeastern Illinois, near and north of I-88. So for those of you that are in McHenry County, Lake County, I think that's where we're actually going to see some of our higher totals, potentially as high as 2 to 4 inches. But I still think that that 4-inch total is going to be very isolated in nature, meaning that not everybody's going to see that. And then from DeKalb County on over into the Chicago area, it's more about the timing than the amount of snow that we're getting. So it's looking like a 1 to 2 inch snowfall for that southern tier of counties in the advisory. It's going to get a lot colder after the storm system. Those details coming up.
Breaking news tonight, police are searching for a suspect in a fatal shooting at a car wash. It happened in the Marshall Square neighborhood near the corner of Southwestern Avenue and West 23rd Street. Police say the suspect got out of an SUV and shot a 23-year-old man while he was in the parking lot. If you may have seen something, call police.
At this hour, the Naperville City Council is still deciding whether a proposed data center meets the city standards for a conditional use permit.
Families and residents have been fighting against this for months. Leslie Moreno joins us live. Leslie, what did they decide?
Hey guys, good evening. Yeah, nothing right now. That meeting still going on here behind me at City Hall. It's a packed house with almost 50 public speakers on the agenda, including doctors and children as well. Let's give you a look at what that data center would look like. The massive center would take up 200,000 square feet along Naperville and Warrenville roads with dozens of diesel generators. City council members are still hearing from both developers and from residents before they decide to approve a conditional use permit. Residents who live nearby say they don't want that data center here. We spoke with one resident who says he's worked building data centers all his life and is against them in this community. He says a project would have major environmental impacts to families and the community.
So when they're this close, right, to a home, the diesel exhaust is certainly a problem. It's a known carcinogen. It absolutely causes problems for folks with asthma, and really, it's very similar to smoking. I'm not against data centers, obviously. I work in the industry, right? I'm against data centers next to homes. It just that they really should be a minimum of a half mile away from a home.
All over the country. According to city documents, the facility would generate substantial property tax revenues to Naperville. The developer will also pay for all electrical infrastructure upgrades related to the project. They were here tonight as well to defend their stance, saying it's an important investment for the community.
My ask of you tonight is not a final decision on this project. My ask of you this evening is to continue the conversation, to provide feedback on the current state of plans, to continue the case in February, to allow us the opportunity to continue down the path we've been on for the last 9 months.
City Council still hearing from both sides. We'll let you know what they decide. For now, reporting live here in Naperville, Leslie Moreno, Fox, Chicago.
Tonight, the city of North Chicago has passed a rebate on property taxes. This is for senior citizens. The program providing tax relief to qualifying seniors who have lived in the community for an extended period of time. On average, a homeowner would save more than $500 on their taxes. The goal here, to help senior citizens on fixed incomes, along with promoting housing stability. If you live in Northwest Indiana, you may think your recent utility bills are high.
We're talking about NIPSCO, which already charges more for electricity than anyone else in the state. Brett Bagansky took your questions and concerns straight to the utility company and shows you their answer for why your bill went up.
We've been getting a lot of messages from our viewers in Northwest Indiana. It's all about their NIPSCO bills. We wanted to compare the bills. One from May of 24, the other May of 25. $33 and change for one, to more than $153. We also noticed this. It's the delivery charge. It went from $24 to $88 year to year.
Kelly Hicks. I'm living in Hamlet, Indiana.
How has this impacted you financially?
I've gotten a second job bartending because you still have to eat. You still have to have lights. We sit in the dark at night. We sit in, sweatshirts, and, that's just not a way to live.
Kelly wasn't the only one.
So my name's Kevin Mejia. I live in East Chicago, Indiana.
How much did it go up?
I would say at least doubled or tripled.
How has this impacted you and your bottom line?
I'm falling on a thin line of being able to pay my bills and live a life as I once was able to do.
I reached out to NIPSCO to find out why this is happening. You can see the full statement on our website, fox32chicago.com. NIPSCO cited the market for setting the price on natural gas, but also this. The charges go to maintaining and upgrading its infrastructure, hence why there's a protest planned here for February 1st. If you had a message for the utility company, what would you tell them?
Do they have the same rates that we do? I don't know I'm assuming that they do, but what do they do to combat this? I mean, everybody's turning their heat down and we're all surviving at 62 degrees or trying to. How are they surviving?
And that was Brett Bagansky reporting. Opening statements begin tomorrow in the trial of a man accused in the murder-for-hire plot of Border Patrol Commander Gregory Bovino. Prosecutors say Juan Espinoza Martinez sent out a bounty on Greg Bovino. Police say Martinez sent a photo of him on Snapchat. He offered $2,000 for information about him and then another $10 grand, and I quote, "if you take him down." Last week, a judge said prosecutors can't bring up Martinez's gang ties. The judge said it could unfairly sway the jury. Martinez says he's not guilty. If he's convicted, he's looking at up to 10 years.
Music inspires one to become more human. To me, the word jazz means, I dare you.
Jazz fans get excited. Chicago will serve as the host city for International Jazz Day, April the 30th. Chicago proud of its role as one of the world's cultural capitals, and that will be on full display.
Mayor Brandon Johnson and Governor Pritzker made the announcement today. Dane Placco has more on the significance of this move.
Chicago has had a long and influential role in the development of jazz in this country, but it has never been named a host city for International Jazz Day until now. The world's largest celebration of jazz will be coming to Chicago in April to celebrate the 250th birthday of the United States, the 100th birthday of the late jazz legend Miles Davis, and the opening of the Obama Presidential Center on the South Side.
Chicago is a jazz city.
This is the 15th International Jazz Day, which has been held in cities across the globe, but never in Chicago, which is considered one of the birthplaces of jazz and home to jazz legends like Louis Armstrong, Nat King Cole, Dinah Washington, and the late Quincy Jones.
This is going to be just an incredible celebration of an art form that helped shape America's cultural heartbeat and found one of its greatest homes right here in what we call in the state of Illinois the middle of everything.
At the end of April, some of the world's greatest jazz performers will descend on Chicago for a series of performances, educational programs, and community outreach across the city, and culminate in an all-star global concert led by jazz legend and Chicagoan Herbie Hancock that will be broadcast to 190 countries.
During the Great Migration, It's the black families from the South that flock to Chicago, bringing rich jazz and blues traditions with them, and they transform the sound of our great city.
Chicago-based jazz vocalist Kurt Elling was among the artists who lobbied to bring the celebration to Chicago. Why is it important to bring this to Chicago?
It's important to bring it to Chicago because people think of Chicago as a flyover city. They don't recognize the incredible glories that are here. We're here. The music is swinging. The food is killing. The views are incredible. We gotta all just show this off to the world.
That big jazz performance that'll happen here in Chicago on April 30th is expected to be broadcast to more than 250 million people across the globe. At the Cultural Center, Dane Placco, Fox Chicago News.
A new bill in Illinois could help rideshare drivers fight for better pay and benefits.
How many local drivers it could impact.
You're one
A new bill in Illinois could help some 100,000 rideshare drivers form a union.
The bill is Illinois Transportation Network Driver Labor Relations Act. State Senator Ram Villavem introduced the bill today. State Rep. Yolanda Morris from Chicago is also a co-sponsor. The bill would allow workers to bargain with rideshare companies for better pay, benefits, and working conditions. Federal law states the drivers are independent contractors and not allowed to unionize. The Illinois bill would keep them as independent contractors, but give them the rights to negotiate.
The Wheeling Family Aquatic Center will not be opening this year due to construction. The village building a brand new facility. At the Park District board meeting yesterday, the executive director offered an update on the plans. The new target date is now May of 2027. The facility undergoing a multi-million-dollar demolition. The cost somewhere between $27 and $32 million. New features include splash pads, resort-style pools, and more.
Turning to weather now as we take a live look outside. It looks beautiful tonight, but it is changing. Hi, Emily.
Hello, that's right. We are tracking snow that's already beginning to make its way into the western sections of the Chicagoland area, and it's going to continue to spread from west to east across the region tonight, lasting into early tomorrow. So if we zoom things in, it's been fairly light snow that's been coming down across portions of DeKalb County, McHenry County, Lake County, few flurries at this point, not much heavier than that. But this is likely going to ramp up in intensity later on this evening and tonight. We do have that winter weather advisory that's going into effect. Actually, it's already in effect, remaining in effect until 8 a.m. tomorrow for the counties that you see here highlighted in purple. Now, I do think that the highest impacts are likely going to be felt across McHenry and Lake counties, where as much as 2 to 4 inches could be possible. The southern tier of this advisory, stretching from DeKalb County through Kane into DuPage and then northern and central Cook County, I think we're really only looking at 1 to 2 inches being a possibility in these particular counties, but it's the timing of this that could be resulting in some impacts to that morning commute. So I think that advisory for the southern tier from DeKalb over into Cook County is more for the timing, not so much how much snow we're getting. So futurecast, again, a lot of us are going to be seeing 1 to 3 inches being possible locally, up to 4 near the Wisconsin state line, near and south of I-80. It's just going to be a dusting. Low pressure system moves through tomorrow morning after about 8 a.m. or so. The snow's going to begin to wind down, but a secondary cold front's going to come through, bringing another push of snow Wednesday evening. And our Wednesday evening snow showers, those could be on the heavier side. Also, it's going to be coupled with some pretty gusty winds. So that's going to result in reduced visibilities, possibly in time for that evening commute home tomorrow. And then on Thursday, all attention is shifting over to the cold. So Thursday during the day, not so bad. We're going to be right around 20 degrees for the high, but then Thursday night, temperatures are going to be dropping down to about 5 to 10 degrees below zero. Now for tonight, we've actually already set our lows for the overnight. Many of us are already starting to see rising temperatures. And a lot of us tomorrow, we're going to see our highs in the upper 20s. Again, scattered snow showers going to be possible Wednesday evening, dry skies going into the weekend. But Friday, for those of you with school-aged children, this is your cautionary tale that we're going to have wind chill temperatures 20 to 30 degrees below zero Friday morning. So I really wouldn't be surprised if we get that e-learning day curveball thrown our way for Friday. So look out for that. Let's take a look at our weather pick of the day. A sundog. We got a lot of photos like this on Monday because we had those ice crystals that were suspended higher up in the atmosphere. So when you get closer to sunrise, sunset, this is going to be a possibility over the weekend as well. This photo was taken by Josh in Round Lake.
Thanks, Emily. Bears fans flock to the Wiener Circle for a look-alike contest of Caleb Williams. A look at the creativity from fans.
Nice. Breaking barriers and making a lasting impact, the LGBTQ Sports Hall of Fame announcing this year's honorees.
Hey everyone, Paris Schutz here. Coming up tonight at 10 on the Chicago Report, President Trump once again threatens to halt all federal funding to Chicago and Illinois. Plus, a panel of experts takes us behind year one of Trump's second term as the president marks 365 days today. All that and much more tonight on the Chicago Report.
The LGBTQ Sports Hall of Fame named their new class in Chicago, where it started.
Terrence Lee shows us how one inductee is linked to a former Bulls player.
I'll never forget the night we announced the idea of the Hall of Fame. Someone asked, "Do you really think people will show up?" And before I could answer, I turned around to see the room completely full.
Completely full is how it felt again, back at the Center on Halstead, where the LGBTQ Sports Hall of Fame opened in 2013. Tuesday, they revealed the class of 2026, 10 people who changed the game by showing up fully, even when it cost them. And one name is tied to a moment people still talk about.
Here comes Rondo. He kicked him out for staring him down.
Yeah. No, this ejection in 2015 was for a homophobic slur directed at the ref, Bill Kennedy, now 26 seasons in. This was before Rajon Rondo's time in Chicago. Kennedy came out publicly after that game. That through line of truth leads to a separate honor named after the first MLB player to live openly in the 70s.
The award carries the name of Glenn Burke, a trailblazer in sports, a man who lived his truth and whose legacy continues to inspire athletes.
That legacy is why this year's Glenn Burke Award goes to Billie Jean King and Jason Collins, two people who used their platform when it mattered. And for the rest of this class, the next stop is the Big Apple.
On June 25th in New York, this class, the 2026 class, will stand alongside 61 fellow pioneers whose courage and advocacy helped create a more inclusive and equitable world in sports.
Terrence Lee, Fox Chicago.
Chicago Bears fans turn out for the Caleb Williams look-alike contest. You can see the packed house at the Wiener Circle tonight. The fans decked out in Bears gear and even painting their nails like the star quarterback.
Man, I had to represent Caleb. He did such a great job for us this season. I had to go all out for him. You know, I got my nails painted, got my matcha ready, and I was ready to go. So I got to represent my boy.
So funny. Of course, contestants had to grab a hot dog at the iconic stand. There are some good ones in there.
I'd like to see the winner. All right.
Yeah.
Exactly a year ago, the Bears officially hired Ben Johnson as head coach. Safe to say it's paid off. Year one under Johnson saw the Bears' first playoff win in 15 years, clinching the NFC North, the #2 seed overall in the NFC, and their first winning season since 2018. Johnson exceeding expectations and has, of course, revived the franchise. Tomorrow, Bears GM Ryan Poles is set to address the media for his end-of-the-season press conference. Here's Luke and Ellis and the NFC North crew from First and North.
And just when you thought you had seen it all from Caleb, you were reminded you have not.
I mean, that throw from Caleb Williams to Cole Kmet was one of the all-time throws. It was improbable. It was insane. I mean, you should have heard us in the sports office. We were just jaw on the floor. Unbelievable.
I think this division, guys, and I'm sure it will come up, is going to be a beast next year. I think he's certainly part of that. I think Minnesota's still talented. I think we're still talented. I think Green Bay's still talented. And I think it's going to be a heck of a battle, and certainly Williams is right in the middle of it.
A new episode of First and North tonight at 9:30. You can also watch it on Fox Local. The results of the Baseball Hall of Fame are out, and we've got a former White Sox in the group. Carlos Beltran and Andrew Jones going to Cooperstown. Jones played for the Sox back in 2010. The induction ceremony, July 26th. They will join former player Jeff Kent going into the Hall. Kent selected last month by the Contemporary Era Committee. One final check of the forecast ahead.
Stream Fox 32 News on your smart TV.
Okay, Emily.
Okay.
Tell us the latest. We're bracing ourselves.
Yes, we have snow tonight that's going to last into early tomorrow morning. That winter weather advisory for McHenry, Lake, DeKalb, Kane, DuPage, and northern and central Cook County is going to last until 8 a.m. tomorrow for, generally speaking, about 1 to 3 inches of snow, but closer to 4 inches going to be possible right along the Wisconsin state line. High temperatures tomorrow, upper 20s. We have snow showers returning Wednesday night. That's associated with a cold front, low 20s, dry skies on Thursday, but Friday, that high of 4, that's going to be before the sun even comes up.
Oh, boy.
Daytime temps are going to be around 0, wind chills as cold as 30 below, and then over the weekend, I don't think we're going to see the wind chills even rising above 0. So dangerously cold conditions Thursday night all the way through Sunday.
All right, Emily, thank you. Thanks for watching at 9. Remember, you can catch us anytime on your smart TV. It's Fox Local. We're on all the platforms. Always start your day with a Good Day Chicago. First and North is straight ahead.
Good night.
Your one-stop shop for fishing returns with the